Hey guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 here, along with
Clay Ranger 144.
Bitch! In that case, I'm Thunder Buddy 02.
And then I'm Clay Ranger 89.
His channel's been long gone.
So who's to say I can't revive it?
Wouldn't that be stealing his...
Oh, wait. Anyways. Okay. In this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be reviewing the radio that I have reviewed 2 years ago already, but we have encountered its albino counterpart over here. And that radio would be the AlertWorks EAR-10WH. I know what you're thinking. This episode is probably a waste in some of your guys' eyes, but personally, I've been wanting to review the white version of the AlertWorks for such a long time now, ever since the last time I reviewed the AlertWorks EAR-10 back in 2018. Oh, and if you want to see that video, there's a link in the description. But, anyways, as you can see here, this is the black AlertWorks, and here is the white AlertWorks. They're both exactly the same. They have no firmware changes, no different sirens, no nothing. Except the color. That's the only difference. And plus, on this one, compared to the NOAA Weather Radio logo on each side, you can barely see the NOAA logo on the black version, but look at the white version. Look how that stands out.
It's like crystal clear.
Same thing with the Public Alert logo. That is like, literally, so much fucking better. And plus, the AlertWorks logo is inverted. Like, on the black one, it's white, and on the white one, it's black. It's inverted. Just like how these two radios are inverted. On the black AlertWorks, you have the antenna with the black antenna cover, reminiscent of the Emerson, which this fucker ripped off. You have silver buttons on top, as we discussed already in the previous, in the previous 5 seasons. Because that was all the way back in Season 1 when I last reviewed this thing. And now here we are in Season 6 in the year 2020. COVID-related bullshit! Reviewing the white AlertWorks. So, here's the white AlertWorks. It has a white antenna cover. I've seen this radio before in person because he brought it down to North Carolina in 2019. Which was just last year, in fact. But, oh, I didn't mean to do that. This is basically the same thing as the black AlertWorks, apart from the color, of course. But the buttons are slightly different. As you can clearly see, the white AlertWorks has black buttons instead of the traditional silver buttons on the black version, and has a white weather snooze button. Also, it has a black weather radio on-off switch instead of a silver switch.
And it also has a black dimmer switch.
Same thing applies to the dimmer switches on both the white and the black one, as you can clearly see, because the black one has a silver one right here. But anyways, we're just going to concentrate on the white version, but we are going to use the black AlertWorks for some comparison. So, without further ado, let me put this on the bed, because this is our main focus of concentration right now, and I'll pick that up later. But anyways, let's get on to the first feature, and that would be the button beeps. Alright, the button beeps on the AlertWorks EAR-10WH. And before you ask, no, that is not a fake model number. That is actually the code name for this. Even though it's not on the label, it still says EAR-10. But on the listing online and on AlertWorks' website, as well as Amazon, I think, they call it the EAR-10WH, which stands for EAR-10 White, just in case you didn't know. But here are the button beeps for it. Basically same thing as the Black Alert Works. But there's not really too much difference apart from, you know, I guess the way the button beeps sound. I take it what if okay, here's a theory that I have. I think AlertWorks may have used a slightly different speaker on the white version as opposed to the black version, because for some reason the AlertWorks EAR10 whites, they sound slightly
Raspier.
distorted. Yeah, and raspier too, because here's the black one. Listen carefully. And it isn't because it's on batteries. The same thing applies to it when it's on AC power too. But yeah, the white one is slightly raspier in terms of the speaker, but I don't know. We'll find that out for sure when we get to the speaker quality and the reception. Oh, by the way, guys, this is going to be slightly different in terms of the reception because, here's the thing. Before we started filming this episode, okay, I just need to clarify one thing. Just one fucking thing. We can't really do the reception on channel 4. We'll have to do it on channel 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. Because WXM80 is off the air!
I mean, we could try and get it WXL37 to come in if it's because I was actually just outside with my 993 and I was able to get it. But
oh, you mean the radio that has terrible bleed through? Am I wrong? Anyways, let's get to the siren test on the AlertWorks EAR10 White. Alright, the siren test on the AlertWorks EAR10 WH. It's, like I said, this radio is no different from the Black AlertWorks, but anyways, let's go ahead and go to it. 3, 2, 1. Triple. 2. Triple 3, triple double. What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways.
what was that?
I don't know. I'm just coming up with random shit. And yes, I can count. Bitches. Anyways, just for you, Drew. Happy? Anyways, there's not that much difference, but it is a good siren. It's very loud, too. Very deep and bassy, too. That would wake anybody up.
I noticed a little bit of a...
Yeah.
Oh, something cool that you can do with the siren test when the switch is off.
Or on, rather. When you press the weather snooze button, see, look, it's doing it now, even with the switch off. Or the volume up or down buttons, it does this. Let me get the black one out. This is musical radios, people. That's pretty funny, but pretty cool at the same time. Next, we're going to discuss the firmware on the AlertWorks EAR10. Because there's actually a little bit of problems I noticed with them over time. Alright, this isn't too big of an issue, but I noticed sometimes when the radio receives an alert, it tends to lag in the menus. Like a tornado warning. For if that comes in out of complete nowhere, sometimes after testing the siren like we just did, if an alert comes through, obviously we might not be able to replicate it with the... Actually, we might. Where's my...
It should be out. It should be out in the kitchen.
But yeah, apparently, when an alert comes in quick enough after testing the siren, it tends to lag in the menus. So, if I get my iPod Touch 3rd Gen,
and
with the cords.
Also, for those wondering, ooh, did he disappear into thin air? No, I just paused the recording because apparently on Samsungs you can do that. Why don't you learn from them, Apple?
They don't have that, do they?
Not unless you jailbreak. And I really do not want to be jailbreaking
Don't do that. You might brick this thing.
Yeah, I do not want to be jailbreaking my $1,200 phone. Thanks.
It's still an overly priced phone. Seriously. You could buy a used car with $1,200. Yeah, it's a fancy phone, but it does the job, but... Oh.
Oops.
Not your fault. But you could buy a used car with that price. Or pay a mortgage. Or pay rent. Or buy a new laptop and just say, fuck the phone.
Why would you want to fuck the phone? That's gross.
Not that way, pervert.
How am I a pervert? You're the one that said fuck the phone.
Assume that.
Says the guy that was looking at my dog's dick earlier and asked if it was erect.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Now you're just making shit up.
You know what? If I'm making shit up,
Nicholas, what are you doing?
If I'm making shit up,
Nicholas, what are you doing? This is Nicholas.
Hey, sir. Quick question. Did you or did you not hear Michael asking why my dog was erect earlier?
Yes. I did. Bitch ass. Cunt waffle. Twat muffin. Dick. Bitch. Fuck. Fuck.
What's that? Take Michael's iPod and use it as my own? Okay. And maybe keep his pineapple radio too.
Go ahead and take it. It's a piece of shit anyway.
I bet.
No. No, guys, I don't practice any fucking bestiality, you fucking perverts. God damn. Bad timing, Xerxes. Bad timing, Xerxes. I did not do anything. Okay, I didn't do anything to that dog. Otherwise, he would be afraid of me. And he wouldn't have came in here.
Let's
Motherfucker!
Alright, let's just redo that.
I don't care. Just fucking keep it in there. I don't care.
Alright,
It's a joke anyway. It's a fucking joke. It's explicit as hell. I might need to make this age restricted. Then again, I already have on most of my videos anyway because they're not for kids program. Fucking retarded couple. Make me wanna fuck yourself. Anyways, like I was saying earlier,
I kind of stopped like mid recording. So why don't we just try that again?
why?
Wait. I stopped recording. And I made a new part of the video.
So I can just trim it in.
Good point. Yeah.
It's called Movie Maker.
Get Camtasia. It's better.
I would, but if I had the fucking keys without cracking, then I would. Not to mention Camtasia 2019 crashed your MacBook. Nicholas!
Hence why I spent the $100 on the 2020 upgrade.
And before 2020 crashes it too.
You bitch.
Anyways. Let's
So-
go ahead and send it to channel 2.
So you were saying something about the firmware on this.
Yeah. Apparently it lags in the menus if you receive an alert quick enough after testing the siren. Like, I'll test it right now. You kind of have to be finicky with it to get it to work. Well, this is something I noticed. Like, whenever you press the buttons and get around, until you test the siren again, it stops the lag.
Alright, let's
See that? That's the shadow over there makes it look like I'm typing a fucking typewriter story. Look at this. Anyway. Now let's switch it over to channel 2. Oh yeah, I forgot. WXM80's on the fucking air! Okay, let's just activate it for a tour. No. See that? See?
Oh yeah, now I see it. And there's something else I should also mention about the firmware.
Yeah, try it. Try it for yourself if you don't believe me. Look at this. Try it. Look how laggy it is now. See that? It's still laggy.
Even after testing it.
Yeah.
And something I should note. I think Brandon Crocker do not mess with the time.
Actually, you have to go to the channel to fix it. I'm sorry. There we go. Now it's fixed. But you see that how it was lagging in the firmware? And the same thing applies to the Black Alert Works.
Oh, something I should also mention about the firmware. So, I think there's like 3 companies that have done this. Let's see. So there's
Obviously, Running Snail's one of them.
well, I was gonna say with regards to the safety feature, because if you notice, this radio's on display, but for the tornado warning that Michael just used to self-activate this radio, it still sounded the siren. That is actually a safety feature that's built into this radio. That'll still it applies to the Black Alert Works as well.
And the Sangean CL100, as well as the Spectra First Alert.
Well, technically now it's fucking Jensen, because...
Yeah. Fucking Jensen head asses.
Yeah, Spectra Merchandising
basically just rebranded the First Alert SFA 1150 and made it the fucking Jensen JEP product.
But aside from that...
It's the same goddamn thing.
It's
the same goddamn motherfucking thing.
But aside from that, the AlertWorks, the white and the black versions, both have a safety feature programmed in to where if you receive a higher priority alert such as a tornado warning, EAN...
Tropical storm warning.
True. That too.
I learned that the hard way at 4 a.m. during Hurricane Michael.
So, any higher priority alerts such as those that we just mentioned, it'll still activate the radio with the siren as if it were on, like, voice mode.
Right.
Now, if only fucking Capello, Max Digital, and all those other fucking companies did the same damn thing that AlertWorks did, because, yeah, the fucking Max Digital and the Spectra First Alert, they sound the siren continuously as if it were on the fucking tone option. Because apparently you need to be ass blasted at 3 in the fucking goddamn morning for a goddamn TOR at 3 in the fucking morning as if it were on tone. Which is bullshit.
3 a.m. like they wake you up for Special Marine mornings.
Yes. Except these fuckers will just simply display it normally. And I can't tell if that's mold or if that's
That's just, I don't know what that is. Hang on.
That is a very suggestive motion right there.
Shut the fuck up.
How about no?
How about yes? There you go, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay, good.
Oh.
So, that's one good thing about this firmware, about the firmware in these radios, aside from the lagging being a little bit of a downfall. I actually really like how it does that safety feature, but only if it were like, I don't know, say sometimes during the night when it could be useful.
Right.
And it could work in the morning too, but
just the current living situation that I'm in, it kind of forces me to have my radio set to display.
But I'm not gonna complain.
At least until September. Well, we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not gonna be complaining about it because it's better. I'd rather be doing that than having all my radios shut off entirely.
Right.
And I'm not talking about like just at the switch. I mean,
Completely
unplugged.
off.
Yeah.
Like unplugged, zero, done, dead, nada bullshit.
Yeah. But aside from that, the safety feature in this firmware is a really good one, especially the way that it was executed too.
Because apparently the fuckers at Max Digital and Spectrum Merchandising couldn't get it right.
I guess Jensen is now responsible because, yeah,
Spectra bottom out!
Well, technically, Spectra is actually, hold on, where's my... Did I seriously just misplace my fucking phone?
I haven't. I was gonna make a Twitter post on your account behind the scenes of this.
Oh, well,
Just some encouragement, but anyways.
But if I may
There you
have
go.
my phone back real quick.
Hang on, let me. I don't want to reveal the password to you because
Apparently, someone behind the camera accidentally revealed the password in the Eton Elite Traveler video, and I had to cut it out for security purposes.
And it was you who got it. I mean, what?
no bullshit. You showed it, not me. You had the camera. You beesh.
Alright, hold this. I think my dad's falling.
But anyways, all right. I'm gonna get into the next feature as you go do that. Anyways. So, the next feature we're going to get into is the backlight dimmer switches. Okay, the backlight dimmer switches on the AlertWorks EAR10, WH, and both the BL. So, this isn't a new feature that they implemented recently. This has actually been on the AlertWorks for ever since it came out. It had this feature, just like how the Emerson did.
Oh, one thing I should note if so, earlier in the last segment, I mentioned the Jensen version of the First Alert SFA 1150. Yeah, it's not fucking there. And if I go to the First Alert section, same damn thing.
It's gone, isn't it? Wait a minute.
And hello, Allegheny and Ash.
Damn it!
But, anyways, as Michael was saying about the dimmer switches, so the AlertWorks radios have had these for a while. Probably, I want to say for as long as they've been around. So, yeah, so these dimmer switches have always been a thing, and if I may cover up the flash real quick, just so you can at least kind of see it a bit better. So, the dimmer switch, obviously, and yeah, my finger is going like E.T., I get it. So,
Actually, let me turn off the light switch. That should make it better. This should be moved over here a little bit.
alright, now there's a bright orange hue. So, the dimmer switch, this one kind of makes it look like the backlight's turned off.
Yeah, kind of does. I think the backlight on the white version is actually more dim than the black one is. Yeah, like, tilt the camera away, just so we can test that theory. Just for a second. Yeah! The white one is dimmer than the black one is. The black one is brighter than that.
Yeah, I can tell. Even if I hold it like this, the white one looks dimmer.
And the black one has fresh batteries, and the white one does too.
So, the dimmer switch can be pretty helpful if you don't like bright, shiny lights. Kind of like me. As much as I love to play around with my freaking Philips Hue light bulbs in my room, I don't really like shining lights. And neither does my dad, so I know where I get that from. So, but yeah, the dimmer switches can be useful. Like if, let's say, you're just about to go to bed and you don't want a bright light shining in your face.
Really? Really, Twitter? Fuck you! Oh wait, it's not connected to the fucking internet. I'm gonna go take care of that real quick.
Yeah, the dimmer switches can be really useful, especially since there's cases of it's that one, yeah. The dimmer switches can be really useful if you're laying down in bed and you're just about to call it a night and you don't want, big bright orange screens in your face. And also if you just want to preserve the backlight a bit. I tend to use these as like sort of night lights. So it's kind of so the dimmer switch I find to be a little bit pointless in that case, but it's a nice necessity to have. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe the next feature that we're going to be talking about is, I believe, the speaker quality.
Yes, sir.
So the next feature that we're going to be discussing is the speaker quality. So I noticed, so keep in mind, this AlertWorks I've had since I want to say January 6, 2015. So I've had this radio for about 5 years. If I play WXJ42 real quick, because WXM80 is off the air.
You're listening to North All Hazards Radio, station WXJ42 America.
Perfect timing.
This broadcast
I was about to say.
Weather Service Forecast Office located on the grounds of Brookhaven National Laboratory in Upper New York. Station WXJ42 broadcasts on a frequency of 162.40 megahertz. Here is the latest.
I'm hearing a little bit of crossfade, but I'll have to investigate that when we go outside. Then if I compare that to the white AlertWorks.
The black version sounds a bit better.
Oh.
My shirt caught that.
So one thing I've noticed, the black AlertWorks speaker sounds a bit more raspy. Not raspy. It sounds a bit more. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. The white AlertWorks speaker sounds a bit more raspy compared to the black AlertWorks. And for radio that I've had, for this radio I've had since the very end of 2018, I want to say. I don't want to like bash the radio because it's a great radio as it is, but the speaker quality on that one just kind of went meh. This one I've noticed is a little bit better. It's still kind of meh, but it's up there. It's a little bit better than that of the white AlertWorks. But with that out of the way, why don't we talk about the signal quality?
All right, the signal quality, or the reception as I like to call it. We're going to test out the white version first and then the black one, because we already did the black one like 2 years ago. The reception on that one was pretty good. Had a pretty bassy speaker. This one does too, but let's see how the white one performs.
Southern New Haven, Southern Middlesex, and Southern New London. Air quality alert is in effect from 11 a.m. Monday until 11 p.m. Monday. The Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection has issued an air quality action day for the following counties: Southern Middlesex, Southern New Haven, Southern New London. An air quality action day means that ozone within the region may...
Now we're going to go to the other channels. Except for channel 4! Because they're off the fucking air. Okay.
Nothing there.
Slightly getting WXL 37 on channel 4. Slightly hearing Quo 35. I don't know why WXM 80 and Riverhead went off the air all of a sudden earlier today. They've been off the air for 2 hours.
Who freaking knows?
Oh wait, I forgot. It's Up Tits.
They're a good office. They're just having some...
When they work.
Levels of different pollutants to one scale. The higher the A,
Basically the same thing as the white one, except this one is getting it slightly better. Barely getting WWH 33.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
WWH 33.
Yeah, it's too fast to be KZZ 31.
So now we tested them indoors. Let's go outdoors. Hopefully, with WXM 80 being off the air, maybe we'll get something else on channel 4, like WXL 37.
Like I
We
did with my 993.
should probably bring that with you so we don't forget it.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay. Let's go!
Super Mario 64 head ass.
SMG4 head ass. Bitch.
Jesus Christ, that's loud.
Why are you calling Jesus Christ? He's right fucking there. Why would you call Jesus Christ like that?
Yeah, right?
Anyway, outdoors we go. Onto the
Fucking absolutely fucking humid.
conditions in the evening hours.
At least it's not as bad as it was before.
Oh, by the way, Albany canceled the heat advisory. Anyways, now that we're outdoors and it's actually pretty nice like this. Way better than it was earlier.
You can't turn up the volume when you're changing channels.
Yeah, I know, which is
Stupid.
Anyways, that's WXJ42. Hang on.
That's WXL 37, alright.
WWH 33. Cool 35. Now for the white one. WXJ 42.
Oh, fucking. It's at the volume of 2 fucking bars. Maybe changing it.
I can't even compose my. Fuck. Anyways. WXL 37 is not coming up as well as actually. That's actually the black one picked it up better than this one did. WWH 33 and Quote 35.
Wow, that station's actually working for once. Who knew?
Actually, I did notice that the reception is a bit better over there.
Let's try it over there.
Just to be 100% certain. And there's my dog peeking through the window.
Hi, Xerxes.
Oh, and there goes my 993.
Did it just turn off and turn back on? I saw that.
I don't know. Let me check. No, it's probably just... No.
No, I swear to God, I caught that on video, I think.
Maybe it's the way the light was hitting it?
No. Yeah, let's not drop it again. Actually, I would just put it down.
Maybe that's why I was getting bleed through.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And thunderstorms. Winds and seas higher in and near thunderstorms.
Actually, it was better on that side because on this side I can't even pick up WWH-33.
Alert means that air pollution concentrations with...
Okay, I take that back.
It was partly sunny with a temperature of 85.
Well, here's quote 35 on this one.
Activity or exercise outdoors. For more information on ground level ozone and fine particles, visit http://www.state/.newjersey. For the following areas in New Jersey, Western Monmouth and Eastern Monmouth, air quality alert is in effect for Tuesday, July 20th.
So from what I've noticed, the White Alert Works' reception is actually a little bit, you know,
Weaker in some
weaker.
spots.
Yeah,
Like, it's a little bit
like
weaker.
generally a little bit weaker than the black one for some reason.
But it's still, but I guess it's just depending on like where it's actually sitting.
Yeah, but because it has that antenna that's so short on both versions, I'd say the reception on both of them, unless you're in a pretty flat area close to big cities like Nicholas is, the reception is in between.
I'd also say it's a little bit in between.
Yeah, but anyways, let's get to the next feature on the AlertWorks EAR10WH, and that would be this thing that looks like the top of a fucking ICBM nuclear warhead, and that would be the antenna.
So the antennas on these radios. So as you can tell, they're obviously metal because you know you can't really use. I mean, some radios need to have a plastic or rubber antenna, but that's because that's just if they have a little coil on them, on the inside at least. But yeah, the base of the antenna actually goes into the radio, and when you go to pull it out, it pops back out just like that. And the same thing can be said for the Black AlertWorks. You can just put it in there, and when you want to bring it back up, you can just do it like that. So it's really cool that it does that because it gives it a more flush look. It doesn't look like it's deformed when the antenna's down. So the cap on the antennas really helps. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with hindering the signal quality on it, but I really like how AlertWorks actually decided to do that. So with that out of the way, let's discuss the next feature, which I actually really like on this radio, and that would be the design of the warning, watch, and advisory lights. So unless you're a total noob to the warning, watch, and advisory lights on most modern radios, you'll be able to tell that warning, watch, and advisory have 3 different colors. And there is the big Play-Doh Ranger back from doing his whatever business.
Were you still discussing the antenna?
I just finished up the antenna. I'm now talking about the warning, watch, and advisory lights.
Oh,
because,
okay.
So, obviously you would know warning is red, watch is orange, and advisory is yellow. And this is the same case for pretty much every other radio out there that was made after 2004.
Unless you're the fuckers at Honeywell.
But the one cool thing that AlertWorks did, and I believe Emerson Research did this as well back in the early to mid 2000s, is they put warning, watch, come on, focus. Warning, watch, and advisory on the lights themselves.
Yeah, they did that with the research in 06.
Yeah, and that is one thing that I really like because you don't have to like squint your eyes to look for the text. And on the white version, I noticed the text comes out a little bit better.
On the research though, what was that? Oh,
I was just moving the bench.
it was on the Emerson Research. I noticed the whole light doesn't light up. It's just the letters.
Yeah, and let's turn on autofocus real quick. So yeah, so I really like how AlertWorks kind of got inspiration from Emerson to do the warning, watch, and advisory text on the lights themselves, because you don't really see that too often.
No, not really.
Like, other than these two, the Emerson Research is probably the only other radio that has something like that.
Where they're all vertically aligned. 2.
I would just love to see maybe if AlertWorks came out with a another model. I would love to see them do warning, watch, and advisory like they do here, but aligned horizontally like the WR120 or like some of the other
AlertWorks EAR20.
And
I just revealed the reason for the next feature.
You just
Actually, we're about to get into shortly here. All right, Nicholas, you said you were done talking about the antenna.
yeah. Apparently I'm not.
Wrong.
So, yeah. So you're probably wondering what the fuck are you doing with the screwdriver?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. See this screw right here? This actually holds the antenna in place. So if I just unscrew it, the antenna actually comes off as one solid piece. So if I may, hopefully I'm not going to lose that. A 1, 2, 3. Here's the antenna. Right here. So, once you have this antenna out, it kind of reminds me how the antenna unscrews from the Eton ESP2100. But also, if you just wanted to mess around without breaking anything, you could just be like this. On guard! Fight me!
No. But why don't we put that back before we put ourselves into a similar. That poor antenna being abused by a Play-Doh Ranger.
It's not being abused. But anyways, yeah.
Childproof?
Just thought I'd get that. Yep. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyways, now on to the next feature that you were discussing after the light arrangement.
I actually didn't know if there were any other ones, but
Well, I know one.
what? Oh, the
custom alerts feature.
So, oh, look at this! Something that the WR400 doesn't have. The
And
ability.
the 300 does! Even though the 300 is the outdated old version!
Well, technically, they're still making the WR300 because
The deluxe.
yeah, but the version 8. The Gaming Kingpin and Chaos Mox. If you are watching this, please give me a fucking version 8 WR300.
No.
You're not Zion or Mox, so
But they would agree with me. Would they not?
anyway, so you can actually add alerts on here. So I already took care of that because you know, I'm kind of in the middle of I'm kind of near a huge body of water. That would be the Atlantic Ocean and Long Island Sound. So you can add up to 5 alerts on here. I already programmed them in, but you can add custom alerts if you wanted to, or you can add in the new FFC. Okay, so the FCC is now FFC. Okay, Shadowfrost88, feel free to scream at me. So you can add in FCC approved alerts, which I did here. I did Storm Surge Watch, which is SSA, Storm Surge Warning, SSW, Extreme Wind Warning, which is EWW, Snow Squall Warning, which is SQW, and Blue Alert, which is BLU. I shit you not, this is actually an alert now. So, I don't know why NOAA decided to add, or why the FCC decided to do BLU for Blue Alert when you already have a law enforcement warning on here. But but let's say if I were to go here, so you can only add up to. You can only add up to 8.
Would you shut up? Xerxes. Or sorry, I said Xerxass. Because that's what you're acting like. What? But I love you.
So,
And no, guys, I'm not verbally abusing the dog. Nicholas does it along with his dad every fucking time.
make sure you get that cum off of your lip.
Fuck you.
So if you notice right here, you can add up to 4 characters. 8.
Alerts are now characters.
Well, I was talking about the characters you can add for the alerts. But so you can add up to 8 characters for the alerts. So, which can pose somewhat of an issue when it comes to adding alerts like a storm surge warning or any other alert in general that has more than 8 characters, which is literally every one except blue alert. So what I did here was I abbreviated storm as STM. Yeah, I know, kind of a weird abbreviation. And I put the whole word surge. And similar to the 300, you can select if it's a warning, watch, or advisory. Storm SSA is typically storm surge watch, last I checked. But I didn't want to do that. Blue alert, I legit just put blue and then warning, because you can't do unlike the Sangean CL 100, I should say, you can't really add you can't really make up your own alert name and just have it set to like blue alert like you can on there. You have to, it's a similar system to that of the 300 and the 301, which mine actually works. Knock on wood, I should say. But yeah. So with that out of the way, why don't we talk about yet another feature that pertains to the alerts, and that would be the alert blocking feature. So, like the WR120 and the WR300 and pretty much a lot of the other higher end-ish radios, there's actually alert blocking, which is defined by this alert off screen. So I believe you press up and down to scroll through. You press right or left to turn them off or on.
2020 hours in military time. You suck, 2020.
Bish. So you press up and down to scroll through, and then right or left to turn them on or off. I find this to be pretty useful when you're trying to set up your radios to alert you for specific warnings. So let's say if you're one of those guys that wants to be alerted for specifically, I hope that can made it in.
Just did. See?
Good. So
It was a Kobe shot. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
So
And Gianna Bryant. The
so
rest of the passengers that died on a helicopter.
So I find the alert blocking feature on these to be pretty useful if you're trying to set up your radios to alert you for specific warnings. Like, so let's say, so Michael lives in Western North Carolina.
Hey Xerxes. How's that for a response?
NorCal Dude 599, feel free to absolutely roast him in the comments.
Says the one who steals his burping thunder.
But
I'm getting that technique from you.
So
What were you
Michael,
gonna say, though? What were you gonna say, though?
so Michael lives in the Western North Carolina mountains, closer to the Tennessee border. He does not get coastal flood warnings. So if he really wanted to, he could disable those on the radios. I, however, live near the coast, particularly near Long Island Sound. So there used to be a time when Upton used to same tone those coastal flood warnings, and Jesus Christ, Xerxes, you are already ripping
He
up that ball.
murdered that fucking soccer ball. Like, it was nothing. He murdered it.
Anyway, so there used to be a time where Upton same toned coastal flood warnings, but
apparently the fuckers don't do that anymore.
they just 1050 them, and even then, they used to get freaking cut off by the 2-minute timer. So
Maybe that's why they stopped.
It's still, but the message still got cut off
even by just 1050ing them.
And this is why the 2-minute limit needs to go.
And yeah, I know 2-minute timer is pretty much standard on every freaking EAS NDEC ever, but the BMH has had it, and as far as I know of, TFT doesn't, there isn't exactly a limit on the TFT, but I could be wrong, but yeah, there's limits for encoders, which I could understand why NOAA did that, but
This was not an issue with the CRS. Granted, some CRS voices were slow as hell, but at least it's not BMH slow like Albany when they read literally frickin' everything, including the timestamps, which they shouldn't read.
Eastern Daylight Time.
I will yeet this phone into the pool.
Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 9 p.m.
Up. Up.
No.
Up.
If you actually drop it in, I'm dropping your iPhone 11.
Yeah, joke's on you. It's IP68 water resistant. Nice. So.
You fucking dick.
If I was a dick, I'd be in your mouth.
That's gay.
Oh yeah, not as gay as you looking at the dog's dick, but all right. So. So, anyways, getting back to what I was saying. So, Upton used the same tone coastal flood warnings. I'm hoping that they do again at some point, especially now that they went to the stupid HasSimp format. But
That's what you deserve.
so Upton used the same tone coastal flood warnings. They only 1050 them now. But let's say if I were to move to an area that does have coastal flood warnings same toned, or if Upton decides, hey, we should go back to our roots and actually tone stuff.
You know who else did the same? You know who else pulled an Upton?
Who?
GSP. They used the same tone flood watches, like aerial flood watches, but now they just 1050 hertz them.
Yeah, that's
Same thing with Raleigh. Raleigh did it too. They used the same tone flash flood watches. Now they only 1050 hertz them over WXL42 or any other Raleigh station.
major bruh moment.
And flood watches, they don't even tone at all.
Dog, you are gonna fall in again. Yeah, yeah. Let's not have you get out of. Let's not have you fall into the pool again.
But
There you go, boy. There you go.
So, if I were to move to an area that does same tone coastal flood warnings, or if I were to move, or if Upton were to say, oh hey, yeah, let's go back to doing what we used to do during the CRS days, and actually,
again, who tones coastal flood warnings around here in New England?
Upton used to. I don't know if Gray Maine does.
No, I'm talking about like in New England, even though New England
It includes Maine.
Yeah, great. Hence why I said it. Gray Maine. They cover central and I believe, yeah, they cover New Hampshire and portions of southern Maine.
Yeah, they do.
So, I don't know if Gray Maine tones them. Someone from that area can let me know in the comments. I don't know if Taunton does either, because I know they have some coastal stations like WXA 39 in Providence, no, not WXL 93, KHV 35 in Boston, KEC 74 in Hyannis, which we actually got a few nights ago.
Yeah. Quote 35 wasn't enough to interfere with it. It was actually last night we got it.
Yeah.
Also, correct me if I'm mistaken, but all the states included in New England are Connecticut, obviously, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont.
Yep, you got them all right.
So that means we have several offices at stake in terms of toning those coastal flood products, if they wanted to. We have Burlington,
Well, actually,
which I doubt will even tone any coastal flood warnings because they're like in northern New England.
yeah, they're like,
Towards Canada. But anyways, here are the following offices in New England, okay? I want you to count them all. Burlington, Vermont, Gray, Maine, Caribou, Maine, Taunton or Boston Norton,
Actually,
Albany.
Albany doesn't tone coastal flood warnings, I've checked.
Right. Upton.
So that's 5 offices, technically.
Yeah, you're right.
Assuming Burlington doesn't tone them.
Why did I always think Rhode Island had an office to themselves when they don't? Taunton serves them, not Providence. Because the state's about as small as this fucking AlertWorks' antenna's dick.
Jesus Christ. But
He
You are-
just murdered the skin off of that thing.
he's gonna do it again, I swear to God. So,
That's what she said. V8.
so if Upton were to go back to the CRS days and start toning shit, like better than FFC, then I would leave coastal flood warning enabled. If I were to receive by some freaking miracle an iceberg warning, if Club Penguin decided, oh yeah, let's just become real and have an iceberg right in the center of Long Island Sound, and let's try and tip the fucker. I would have iceberg warning enabled, but I have it enabled anyway because, you know, it's something that you don't really see on these radios that often.
Dude, I don't even think iceberg warning exists.
I think it's a code that that Environment Canada is trying to implement, but I'm not sure.
Then again, these are radios specifically made for Environment Canada and NOAA Weather Radio. It's not just U.S. It can be used with Canadian offices too.
Yes. So the alert blocking feature is really useful. Obviously, it's not like the running snail where you can disable literally frickin' everything.
Let's disable an EAN!
Well, EANs wouldn't be toned over NOAA Weather Radio anyway, but still, the fact that you could... I wouldn't recommend walking on that metal part because you might just... But,
right.
But even though EANs aren't toned over NOAA Weather Radio, you shouldn't be able to disable them, like, just like that. Like,
I mean, Spokane... No.
Seattle.
They did it in the 2011 national test, but that's because
They have an NDEC!
Along with a lot of the other...
Portland, they have an NDEC.
Yeah, mainly
In
to...
the Pacific North.
Look at the Pacific Northwest! Look at those assholes showing off with their NDECs!
Yeah, but that's just...
Holding all the fancy schmancy shit!
But I believe that's just to make up for the fact that they don't get jack shit over there in terms of severe weather.
Yeah.
But, anyways, getting back on topic, as this video is now 10 minutes long.
Good. The more, the better.
So, the alert blocking feature can be pretty useful, especially if you're trying to filter out alerts that you don't want to see scrolling on there. Or at least, actually no, let me rephrase that. If you want to filter out alerts that you don't want to hear the siren to. Now, obviously, you're not going to want to hear an EAN, but this radio will alert you for it.
Yeah.
Same thing with a tornado warning. Even if, yeah, you hear that, you stubborn fucks? Yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to hear a tornado warning on my radios. I want to listen to my precious little programming.
Yeah.
Well, too bad. You're gonna wake up at 3 in the morning to hear this.
Oh right, forgot it's not the 100 where you can just do that. So with that out of the way, why don't we discuss our final thoughts as we're finally getting a frickin' breeze.
All right.
You dick. Go. You dick.
Yes, he has a dick. I'm glad you noticed.
Well, probably would notice too because you looked at it.
Dick face.
Then again, if I was a dick, I'd be in your mouth or your ass. So
That's gay.
yeah, not as gay as you as saying fuck me to Upton.
Nah, it's gay. Get it, boy.
Get it, boy. Get it, boy. Get it, boy.
There you go.
Get it. Get it, boy.
Yeah, too bad.
Shit,
Oh, it's.
I forgot it was all stripped out.
Anyways, the build quality. We're not getting into the final thoughts just yet. So, yeah, the build quality on the AlertWorks EAR-10WH, and holy crap, that fucking strong grip that he has is immense. Anyways, while Xerxes continues to be a goofball with Nicholas, Jesus. He really loves that murdered soccer ball, does he? Sorry guys, this is funny to watch. Let's add some deviousness to this episode. Who's to say we can't have deviousness?
Oh, you dick.
Yeah, you damn right you give up. Anyways, the build quality. No, what the fuck is that?
It's probably a fire.
Yeah. Anyways. What?
What?
Oh. Don't fall in the pool, Nicholas.
I'm not going to. I'm
Good.
moving out of the way.
Good. Anyways, Let's go ahead and discuss the build quality. The build quality is very, very, very good on this radio. For example, the faceplate is like sealed in.
The ball, you dick.
Funny how the ball is white and black, like the two AlertWorks. This is getting sidetracked real quick. Thanks, Xerxes. Thanks, Xerxes. Anyways, the build quality on the AlertWorks EAR10 WH, and not just the WH, the black one too, which is like the original one, but the build quality is very good on both radios. It feels nice and sturdy. The antenna is durable, and it also comes with that handy little cover as well. And yeah, I know, you can see my fucking hairy legs. Ari! I know you want to shave it, but fucking
Lay off on it, okay? They're my goddamn legs. I'm a guy, bitch. Take that into account. And when you see this fucking video, take that into fucking account. Okay, bitch? Are we good? Yeah, we're good.
Anyways, enough calling out bitches. Bitching. He's saying, fuck you. I want it. He's like SpongeBob in that one episode where he says,
I need it!
Anyways, the build quality as we're now getting on with it. But anyways, it feels really nice and sturdy. The faceplate is glued on, obviously, but it's glued on in such a way that you can't really tear it off. Anyways, the antenna is nice and durable with that little protective cover it has. The buttons feel nice and well built. The speaker quality, as well as the speaker itself, is really good. The tuner is great. It's loud. And it actually uses batteries pretty fair. It requires 4 AA batteries. Kind of like the Sangean. Then again, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Sangean make the AlertWorks?
I think that's what you said in season 4.
I think they did. I don't know, but whether they did or not, it's still built really nice. Has a nice set of features on it, as well as pretty good reception. Speaking of, we're going to get into the final thoughts. Finally, after an hour and a half of, while dealing with WXM80's signal troubles. Fuck you, Upton. Okay, so before I forget, because apparently I forgot to do the speaker quality. But, yeah. We're going to get into the speaker quality now on the AlertWorks EAR10WH. Now this is being filmed on the last day that I'm going to be up here for Connecticut. Or in Connecticut, because I leave back to North Carolina tomorrow. So, yeah, let's just discuss the speaker quality. Oh, and by the way, WXM80 appears to be back on the air, and there's no more crackling on the BMH. There's also very consistent, how do you say this? The broadcast is pretty consistent too. There's no pause or anything. So, I'll even show you on the Recom R1650D.
Winds, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Times, Shinnecock Inlet, low at 9:54 a.m. High 5 p.m. Sunrise, 5:43 a.m. Sunset, 8:06 p.m. For Friday, rip current risk, low. Surf heights, around 3 feet.
Yeah. But anyways, the speaker quality on the AlertWorks EAR10WH. Like I said, since WXM80 is back on the air, I don't have to drag this thing outside and put batteries in it just to get another station. But, yeah. Like I said, it will be compared to the black AlertWorks. So let's go ahead and listen to it. Hang on. And here's the black one.
A. Index definitions plus more on rate current and beach safety. See https://www.weather.gov/beach/OKX. Here is the latest weather map discussion. It will remain mostly dry tonight with a mostly clear sky. Overnight lows will fall into the upper 60s and 70s. A cold front will approach on Thursday and move across the area late Thursday and Thursday night, eventually stalling south of the region on Friday.
So yeah, the white one, in my opinion, it sounds more raspy than the black one does. So it's a little bit downgraded, but still a pretty good speaker. But I would have to rate it like in between because of how raspy it is compared to the black one. Just listen to this.
Thursday's highs will remain in the 80s. Here is the official National Weather Service forecast.
And here's the black one.
Tonight, partly cloudy.
So yeah, the white one is clearly more raspy than the black one is. So I'm going to have to give this an in-between rating. So yeah. Let's go back to the past in terms of filming dates and go on to the next feature. And I think it's going to be the final thoughts. I'm not too entirely sure because I'm working on it right now. But anyways, yeah. Let's just go ahead and get back to that, shall we?
So as Michael gets ready to tease my dog...
Hey, you want it? You want it? You want it? You want it?
Just make sure he doesn't jump into the pool, because I'm not getting him if he falls in. So, why don't we discuss the final thoughts of this, of the EAR-10 White? So, it's a great radio, especially if you're looking to, you know, at least start your collection or at least build it up, so to speak. I'd say the EAR-10 is one of the essentials for starting a radio collection.
What? Alright. Continue filming, I'll be fine.
So, the EAR-10 is one of those fundamentals for a radio collection, I would say. Especially since, like, I got...
That wasn't me.
Are you good, fam?
That wasn't me.
Are you good?
That was him.
Xerxes wouldn't move that chair.
I did it in this direction, and he went there. Like, just leap, like, yeet. Continue filming it.
So, the EAR-10, I apologize for getting so sidetracked. And what is this thing? So, the EAR-10 White is a pretty good radio if you're looking to start off your collection or at least build it up. I'd say the EAR-10s in general are just a pretty good starter radio, and I am gonna move this out of the way of that little beetle thing that's right there because I do not want any bugs on my radios. The EAR-10 is a good radio to use if you want to start your collection. It's good in a flat-ish area like where I live. Up in the mountains, it might be a little bit iffy, like if you're in the middle of a mountain. Up top, it shouldn't be an issue.
For me, I gotta use an external antenna for mine.
Okay, come on, camera, focus. My iPhone camera focus is better than this.
Yes, it does.
There we go. So,
Which is why this phone is a piece of shit.
and what is that thing that's flying around? Looks like a firefly.
It's a firefly. It is a firefly, actually.
All right. So, as my dog finishes up his victory lap, I would rate the EAR10 White a 7 out of 10, simply because I feel that the speaker and how raspy it is kind of hurts the radio's value a bit. I also feel that it could be a little bit better aesthetically in terms of like the height of the antenna. Like if they made the antennas a bit higher or a bit taller in general, I should say, I feel this radio, the EAR10, both black and white, would have gotten a little bit of a better rating. So yeah, personally, I would rate this radio a 7 out of 10. I would recommend getting it if you want to add to your collection. I wouldn't say it's a good starter, but
But it's a good addition.
Yeah, it's a good addition. Like maybe if you started collecting and you're looking to add more, I would recommend going for these. I wouldn't recommend getting these as your first radio, but I'm not gonna force you to pick which radio you want to get.
If you want to get this as your first radio, look at me when I say this, knock yourself out. Because it's going to be a mixed bag.
So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Radio Reviews, and it's a devious and paw printed sidetracks. Be sure to click like and subscribe, and also click the notification bell. Also, be sure to subscribe to Clay Ranger 143 behind the camera, and as well as myself. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Clay Ranger 143 behind the camera.
And I said, and Thunderbuddy 01 behind the camera.
Yeah, you said Clay Ranger 143 behind the camera and myself.
Well, technically, you're the one behind the camera, so.
That's you.
Yeah, it's me right now, but normally you're the guy behind the camera. That's what I was referring to.
Good point.
So be sure to subscribe. My tongue twisted. So be sure to subscribe to Clay Ranger 143, who's currently behind the camera, as well. There you go. As well as myself, Thunderbuddy 01. And with that being said, if I may hold the camera again, we will see you guys in the next video. This is Thunderbuddy 01 signing out, along with Clay Ranger 143, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Sharpie.